Welcome to the Inc. Productivity Tip of the Day. Today's tip. Want to be insanely productive? Take these tips from mom CEOs. Wake up at the crack of dawn, focus on deep work, and let the little stuff go. Track your time and work in focused 30-minute increments. Plan out your day, your week, your month, your year, your every waking moment. All of this productivity advice is great until it meets my life. When my second kid was born, I started reading every book I could find on productivity, determined to throw everything I could into growing my company while still being a great mom. Early one morning when I had set my alarm for the crack of dawn, only to have my 3-month-old wake up even earlier, I threw in the proverbial productivity towel. It seemed like all the productivity books were written by people who did not have significant household responsibilities. Try telling my hungry newborn that I couldn't feed him for another 30 minutes because I was in the middle of a deep work session. I decided to seek advice from the greatest productivity gurus I can think of, mom CEOs. I interviewed over a dozen mom CEOs, asking them about their productivity tips. Between running a company and running a household, mom CEOs literally have no time to waste. They need to be insanely productive, or their companies will fail and their families will fall apart. It's no secret that moms do more than their fair share of household management, to the point where only 31% of moms say the responsibility is shared equally. Even women who earn significantly more than their partners still spend twice as much time as their partners managing their households. Many of the mom CEOs I interviewed have hired help, from nannies to housekeepers, and some even had drivers and chefs. Remarkably, even the moms with every resource in the world said they spend more time than their husbands on household management, if not doing the things themselves, then coordinating with others doing it. Sociologists have long spoken of the invisible labor concept, that 80% of women in relationships bear more than their fair share of household chores, and of the planning and decision-making aspects of household management. It's clear that mom CEOs are productivity experts because they have to be. From these interviews, 4 clear trends emerged. Plan your day, but embrace flexibility. The productivity experts and the mom CEOs agreed on one thing. Planning is key. I found that almost all, 80%, of the mom CEOs I spoke to planned out their day each morning, setting goals for the day before starting work. And about 60% of them used calendar blocking to assign goals to specific time periods. However, their calendars weren't chock-a-block with the back-to-back 30-minute focused increments that the Pomodoro technique espouses, but rather tended to be more flexible. As Katie Bigelow, mom of 8, yes, 8 kids and founder of MetalOps, put it, my routine needs to flex with my day, mood, schedule, and children's needs. Stephanie Kaplan-Lewis, mom of 2 kids and founder of Her Campus Media, said being productive means knocking things off my list, for work and personal, so that I end the day in better shape than when I started it. Maximize every moment. The second bit of advice is to make the most of the time you're on duty. The statistics on how much time the average American office worker spends actually working during an 8-hour workday always astounds me. One study showed the average office worker is only productive for around 3 hours each day. By contrast, many of the women I interviewed felt that being a mom actually made them a better CEO, as it forced them to maximize every moment of their workday. As Molly Morse, mom of 2 and founder of Mango Materials, put it, being a working parent is a forcing function. It necessitates a constant reflection of what is most important now. This forced productivity is so apparent that a few mom CEOs remarked that as their kids got older, they felt like they had all this found time they never knew existed, having gone to great lengths to optimize their productivity. Accept limits. When I was in my productivity optimization phase, I often felt disappointed that I had set clear goals, planned out my day with each task marked to the hour, and somehow wasn't accomplishing half of the things I'd set out to do. Inevitably, I'd need to feed the baby, or our preschool would call, or something would happen that would pull me out of the schedule that I had so carefully crafted. One of the ideas that resonated with me most from my conversations with other mom CEOs is that there are limits, and it's okay to own up to those. Dr. Anas Abohamed, mom of 2-year-old twins and founder of H2 Go Power, put it beautifully. Prioritize what is most important and accept that you can achieve anything you want, but not everything at the same time. Stay strict on self-care. Mom CEOs know that we need to care for ourselves before we can take care of our companies or our families. I can't count the number of times I've stayed up too late working on a work project, only to find that I had completely killed my productivity the following day. I now ensure that I have 8 hours of sleep almost every night, exercise almost every morning, and take the time to eat healthy food. This was true for many of the mom CEOs I interviewed. As Katie Bigelow put it, "My time and productivity are so valuable to me that I must build in time for rest, exercise, and healthy eating." I loved the paradigm shift from "I don't have time for self-care" to "I don't have time to not take care of myself." Productivity means something different to everyone, but achieving your goals despite constraints is actually pretty simple. It's not about a rigid routine, but rather having a plan while also embracing the chaos, making the most of every moment, and prioritizing your personal well-being. You don't need to be a CEO or a mom to use these productivity tips to achieve your goals. That's it from Inc. Check back weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern for more tips.